Vladdy hits it high in deep center field. Moving back Rodriguez at the warning track. Leaps at the fence. Did he get it? He did not. It's gone. Home run. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And it's 7-2 Blue Jays in the fifth.
From MLB.com, this is the Morning Lineup Podcast. I'm your host, Mandy Bell. Today is Thursday, October 16th, and if you thought the Blue Jays were just going to give in and get swept in this ALCS, think again. We may have only had one game to watch last night, but the Toronto offense gave us plenty to talk about. We'll recap Game 3 between the Blue Jays and Mariners, preview Game 4, and take a look at what to expect as the NLCS gets back underway again this evening. Of course, we'll do it all in under 10 minutes. Let's get to it. You thought about it for a second, right? I'll admit I did. I saw how dominant the Mariners have looked this series, same with the Dodgers. So what if there were two sweeps? This league championship series will fly right by. And then, the Mariners just reinforced my incorrect thinking.
Drills a ball left center field, headed back there, goodbye! And it's Rodriguez starting the Mariners once again with another first-inning home run.
Here we go again, Seattle being Seattle. Shane Bieber's last playoff start was shaky. This had the recipe for the third straight Mariners win this series. But then, Blue Jays second baseman Ernie Clement got a double, bringing up the number 9 hitter, Andres Gimenez, who did this.
Here's a high fly ball off of the bat of Gimenez that's carrying well. Robles turns and watches it fly. It's the 9-hitter, Andres Gimenez, of all people, giving Toronto the swing that it desperately needed. It's tied at 2.
And thus, the floodgates finally opened for Toronto. All in that third inning, Nathan Lucas singled, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. doubled, Alejandro Kirk walked to load the bases, and the Blue Jays picked up a run on a wild pitch. Then, Dalton Varsho doubled to knock in 2, and suddenly the team from up north put up a 5-run inning. The next frame, George Springer got in on the fun.
First pitch swinging, this ball's hit in the air to deep center field, and George Springer gets it over the wall for a home run. His extra base impact continues, and they've got 6.
That marks Springer's 22nd career postseason homer, tied for the 4th most in playoff history behind Manny Ramirez's 29, Jose Altuve's 27, and Kyle Schwarber's 23. Now, we could keep going run by run, but this is only a 10-minute podcast, and the Blue Jays exploded for 13 runs. They racked up 18 hits with 5 homers. Kirk hit one of those dingers and knocked in a total of 3 runs. But the best sign for the offense is that Vlad is back.
Vlad Jr. sends a high drive to deep center field. Rodriguez to the wall, it's gone! First pitch of the 5th. Vlad Jr. launches a solo shot.
A single, 2 doubles, a homer, and a whole lot of energy after going quiet in the early parts of this ALCS. But remember the ALDS? He was on fire. And now he's hit 4 homers this postseason, tying 2015 Jose Bautista for the most in a single postseason in Blue Jays history. Another positive? Shane Bieber.
2-2. Got him with a high fastball. The bat goes flying. His 0-2 to Canzone is swung on and missed. Got him with a curve. Strikes out Arozarena on 3 pitches. That is 4 Ks in a row and 5 out of the last 6 hitters. Got him with a high fastball and a roar from Shane Bieber.
After just 2 2/3 innings in New York during the ALDS, giving up 3 runs, 2 earned, this was the rebound the Blue Jays, who acquired Bieber at the deadline this year for this exact purpose, were looking for. He ended the night having given up just 2 runs in 6 innings with 8 strikeouts. And despite a last-ditch effort from Seattle to get things going, the Blue Jays took the 13-4 win over the Mariners. A resurrected offense, stellar pitching, yeah, we definitely can't count the Blue Jays out. Far from it. That brings us to today, Game 4. The Mariners still lead the series 2-1, but that will all change later this evening. Maybe Seattle settles in and takes back the momentum in front of the home crowd. Maybe the Blue Jays are gaining steam and are ready to tie the series at 2. Well, here's what we know. Max Scherzer will make his 2025 postseason debut after being left off the Blue Jays ALDS roster following a shaky finish to the regular season. But if experience is what they're looking for, this is the guy. Scherzer has made 30 career appearances in the playoffs, and the 41-year-old vet said he's feeling much better physically now than he was a month ago. He'll go head-to-head with Luis Castillo, who tossed 4 2/3 scoreless innings, dancing around 4 walks and just 1 hit in Game 2 of the division series against the Tigers. He also had to come out of the bullpen in Game 5 in the 14th inning, helping the Mariners clinch their spot in the ALCS. And the best part? We have more than one game today. We'll preview the NLCS Game 3 after the break.
You have a long-term goal to win a championship, and then on the short term, the micro, how do you do that? You just stay in the moment, don't lose that edge and stay focused, and then it's pretty easy. I mean, there's a lot at stake. So I like getting here, working out, getting our guys kind of get their bodies moving. But like you said, they're a talented team. They're not going to quit, and we still got to keep playing good baseball.
That was Dodgers manager Dave Roberts on his team's mindset heading into Game 3 at Dodger Stadium. This is a team sitting with a 2-0 lead on the heels of hoisting that championship trophy just about 365 days ago. They know exactly where they want to be yet again, but they also know that this Brewers roster has been one of the most lethal in 2025, and they can't look too far ahead if they want to make sure they clinch that World Series spot in the coming days. So the storyline for the Dodgers has been their dominant starting pitching. Blake Snell went 8 strong in Game 1, Yoshinobu Yamamoto topped him by tossing a complete game in Game 2. Now, it's up to Tyler Glasnow, who grew up a Dodgers fan, to keep that momentum rolling. The Brewers are going to try everything to halt that momentum, however. Heck, manager Pat Murphy already started to mix things up by allowing other, and much cuter, people field his questions in his interview session.
Actually, this question is for Austin.
Go on.
Everybody hears your dad talking all the time, so based on your inside knowledge of the Brewers, what do they have to do to get out of this 2-0 deficit they're facing?
Just stick with it and keep battling through it. I think they can do it, and yeah, I believe they can do it.
What makes you believe?
Well, the guys respond back really good. Like, start of the season 0-4. Those games were not good, but then they responded with the best record in baseball, so I believe they can do it.
That's right, Murphy's 10-year-old son, Austin, took the podium, which isn't uncommon for the Murphys. However, this is the first time a question has actually been addressed to Austin himself. And I think it's safe to say he nailed the answer. But it's up to the Brewers to follow Austin's lead. Their offense has struggled, yes, but the Dodgers' pitching has also been elite. Milwaukee didn't set their pitching plans when Murphy addressed the media yesterday, but the team knows that Jose Quintana expects to pitch in some capacity. Whether that's starting or bulk relief, that's all to be determined. The one thing the Brewers have done well is shut down one of baseball's most dangerous hitters, Shohei Ohtani. If he can get going, that only makes things tougher for Milwaukee. Of course, Dave Roberts is not worried about his superstar.
The contribution is not just by batting average either. Certainly him being in the lineup, posting, I think getting the walks, allowing for Mookie to have opportunities to drive runs in, that's contribution. So for me, I think the first 2 games in Milwaukee, his at-bats have been fantastic. And so that's what I've been looking for. That's what I'm counting on.
And in similar fashion, Murphy is fully confident that his team will start the comeback in Game 3.
Greatness is formed from stuff like this. I mean, this is more of an opportunity than anybody knows. If I was to tell this group after 0-4 start with the worst run differential in baseball history, if I was to tell them, hey, you're 4 games from the World Series, you'll take it? Whatever that mountain is, we'll take it. Now let's get to work. Whatever's happened in the past has happened in the past. Let's roll.
That's all for today's morning lineup, but as you know, we have more baseball tonight. The Dodgers will try to keep their sweep hopes alive with another win in Game 3 at 6:08 p.m. Eastern Time on TBS. The Blue Jays will try to even their series at 8:33 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox Sports 1. Will Leach will be with you tomorrow to recap everything that happened. As always, please be sure to give us a rating and a review and share this episode with the baseball lovers in your life. Thanks for listening and enjoy the rest of the Championship League series.